Burning bright in Bardiya. Welcome to another presentation. This is about my wanderings to clear a foggy state of mind. I request you to listen to this presentation throughout, from the beginning to the very end. All right? Let's talk about a foggy mind. The presentation, by the way, is titled Burning Bright in Bardiya. A foggy mind is nothing like the foggy forest of Nagarjun, cool, refreshing, beautiful, and full of diversity, where trees rise, birds chirp, butterflies flutter, monkeys leap from branch to branch, and the five elements earth, water, fire, air, and ether remain in relative equilibrium, even as the concrete jungle advances like Macbeth's Birnam would. Forget about writing. A mind at war with itself, a mind that has become its own Kurukshetra, a war zone featuring Russia, Ukraine, US, Iran, India, Pakistan, not to mention existential problems galore in a country in perpetual turmoil, cannot even think clearly. Or is it writer's block? What is this creature that has come out of the woodwork all of a sudden? Tyrannosaurus rex, hope I have pronounced it correctly. Tyrannosaurus rex, woolly mammoth. Has the ice age returned, or am I hallucinating? Most probably, Mahadev, the lord of the Devs and a principal deity of our locality, knows the answer, and so do the all-seeing eyes of Swambhunath. I was talking about the all-seeing eyes of Swambhunath. If you have not visited this place, I request you to just be there and just wander around the woods of a beautiful place and also Pasupatinath. It beacons, it's just a stone's throw from my place. So I would like to know, where are you watching this program from? From which corner of the world? Let's get connected and let's continue with this presentation. Pasupatinath, once again. I was talking about the all-seeing eyes of Swambhunath. They are in four cardinal directions, so they are supposed to be seeing everything that is happening. Writer's block, I was also talking about it. What is it? What is this creature that has come out of the woodwork, if you will? It is that strange stage in which words refuse to obey the mind. It is less a drought of ideas than a quiet rebellion of thought against itself. Pretty complex, isn't it? Have you been through this state of mind? I wonder. It is the fear of never writing anything enduring on life's pages, a creative process slowed to the pace of Nagarjun traffic. Nagarjun is a point en route to Kathmandu from outside the valley. Uh, before the construction of a tunnel there. For me, this writer's block is a familiar territory. So many rulers have ruled alike. So many rulers have ruled alike, wounded their heels and gone. So many heads have thought alike, mouths have spoken the same words, and hands have written essentially the same things so many times under different bylines. What exactly is the purpose of this drudgery? After all, so many creatures have lived remarkably similar lives across generations, haven't they? Nay, this is going a bit too far, isn't it? Rather than going deeper into the treacherous terrain, let me retreat and draw a pailful from the well within. Let me draw from the well within. Writing the old way, scribbling, I mean, it's particularly healing, so it's worth it, even if it does not come with a heavy paycheck. That is a primary concern, isn't it? In these times where money speaks, a heavy paycheck is what matters, doesn't it? As not all people are born to set the Thames on fire, writing is okay, though the sad part is that it takes a huge toll on the forest. The cuckoo sings perfectly without writing her songs. So does the nightingale, and so does Maya Angelou's caged bird. But humans have this bizarre desire to scribble, not to mention myriad other activities that leave a huge carbon footprint behind. Were the sapiens created to destroy the universe? I often wonder. So let's continue without further elaborations on this. I was talking about this human desire to scribble and leave a huge carbon footprint behind in the name of maintaining, keeping a legacy. The pulp and paper industry, for example, has contributed to the loss of diverse tropical forests in parts of Indonesia and the Amazon, where natural forests have often given way to pulp plantations. Whatever we may be doing, most of these activities have carbon footprint attached. So humans are the greatest threat to the environment, to the natural world. to the universe as a whole, aren't they? So it is like quite human. It is expected that they just make sure that, we make sure that our carbon footprint is minimal. Ah, how the forest beacons. What am I waiting for? For some auspicious signs, like a comet shower, the appearance of a star, or the drop of a beautiful feather from you don't know where, or waiting for the forest to come to me. Such things happen in movies, not in real life. Movies, they can wait. The woods cannot. For now, I head towards them, hoping to overcome this dense fog. Writer's blog, writer's block, or what have you. On the way to Swayambhunath, I stop at the Mahadeva temple to greet the deity, only to find him fast asleep with his family, Parvati, Kumar, and Ganesh, and their divine mounts, Nandi, the bull, the lion, the peacock, and the tiny mouse, creatures that in nature are enemies of one another. Just across Sanubharang at Transport Nagar, a stationary tipper has a moving message with a beautiful picture of a mother and the apple of her eye. आमाको माया मात्र त्यस्तो औषधि हो जसको expiry date हुँदैन. Indeed, a mother's love is the only medicine without an expiry date. Another tipper has म मरे पनि मेरो देश बाँचिरहोस्. Let my country live on even after I die. This is the expression written in the very heart of this tipper, a truck alongside the historic picture of the royal family consisting of King Virendra, Queen Aishwarya, Crown Prince Dipendra, Princess Shruti, and Prince Nirajan, who were killed in the royal massacre of June 2001, leaving deep wounds and unanswered questions in the annals of Nepal. As I come across great lines amid unceasing traffic, I wonder if some of our budding literary figures may be hidden behind the wheel. On top of a muddied gully sits a graveyard of wildlife, a deposit of construction materials, a depot of construction materials like sand and boulders and aggregates against the backdrop of a green cover just across the road. Close by flows a little muddy red rivulet, a Ganga in her own right. For what is a Ganga without her tributaries? What is a Ganga without her contributaries? Small rivers and streams that drain into the Ganga. Through an urban sprawl, it flows, carrying filth with no sign of aquatic life, even in the rain-fed flow. Somehow, I smell gunpowder everywhere, yet I refuse to surrender to its fumes. Accompanied by my two companions, walking and writing, I keep moving, hoping that eventually the fog will lift. Amid a faint flutter of pigeons and melancholic images of caged rabbits of for sale, I carry on, I walk on. And who do I meet? Who do I meet at that narrow street? I'll talk about it. Amid a faint flutter of pigeons and melancholic images of caged rabbits up for sale, Goma, 9, her daughter, her 4-year-old daughter, Mala Baghel, a massive territorial male, and their cubs come towards me in all their majesty from a faraway Bardiya, and I freeze on the narrow street that winds through a concrete jungle just below the wilderness of Sambunat. Let me talk a bit about these creatures. These creatures, while real in the wilderness of Bardia, they constitute frames from Tiger Island, a BBC movie based mainly on the struggle of Goma to raise her 4 cubs in a habitat quite close to human settlements amid the lurking fear of human wildlife conflict and natural enemies within the wilderness. The loss of 3 of her male cubs to a cannibalistic male breaks the heart. It certainly broke mine while watching the movie at a recent screening event. A near encounter of cubs with the rhino as viewers on the edge of their seats, while the miraculous survival of her remaining cub and their reunion fills hearts with joy. The sight of Baghel, Goma, and Mala, the sight of Baghel, Goma, and Mala raising the young together sheds new light on male tiger behavior, a reminder that we may still be far from comprehending it. Whether we call it the Bengal tiger, the Royal Bengal tiger, or simply the tiger matters little. The creature's majesty does not depend on a colonial title or two. But raising a cub is no easy task, or is it? It takes an entire village to raise a child, goes an African proverb. Native American wisdom says all plants and animals are our brothers and sisters. Our belief systems stand on the premise that even non living things like rocks feel pain, but we seem to have just forgotten, chosen to forget all these gems of wisdom, all these great lessons written in our ancient literature. Let the tigers burning bright in the forests of Bardiya and everywhere else show us the way towards a sustainable future, a future in which governments, including that of our very own malnourished republic, see themselves not as masters of nature but as protectors of every living and non living entity. With this remark, I wrap up this edition of Soft Talk. I request you to subscribe to this channel, comment on our presentation, and press that like button. We are trying to promote citizen journalism, and every support, every like, every subscription counts. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.